Well. Can you hear me? I think you can. We are here. Back again. You didn't see me last week. I promised you'd see me last week, and you didn't. So I wasn't able to promise you'd see me this week. But I am here in a rainy spa. Surprise, surprise. When is it not raining in Belgium? Measly 12 people on this grid. I was expecting some more. I think about 17 people accepted, so it's what it is. As we have Jack out on track. Why is my mouse here? Supposedly thinking about something. My computer has been extremely laggy today, so apologies in advance if anything bad happens. It's good to be back. Jack out on the tyre. Few people on inters, a few people on the wet. So it's a direct split. We're up to 14 now. That is a little bit better. Just make sure everything is working. I think so. There's not a lot really to go wrong. It's a long track as well, this. So the outlaps are taking quite a while. Already 2.5 minutes down on the clock. And Jack is only midway through the third sector. Ruby says Ruby is winning. I think Ruby isn't even racing. So best of luck with winning when you aren't competing. Unless you have your own ways of trying to win. Here goes Jack on and out on the flying lap now. Not an out lap, on the flying lap. I'll be honest, I reckon you'd be able to get away with inters on this track. There are a few out there on inters, but there are also a few on wets. It'll be interesting to see when the laps come in, who will be the quickest of them all. That's like a phrase from a children's book, isn't it? Greatest of them all, biggest of them all. Fee, fi, fo, fum, something like that. Anyway, Jack through the first sector, 34.9. Is that good? Not a clue. We'll find out in about 14.5 minutes' time. I'm sure the track will improve, and I'm sure by the end it will get to intermediate weather. As we go round turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh yes, this is turn 10 here. I definitely didn't have to count the turns on the track map. Long left-hander, especially in the rain. He's steering forever into the La Fania chicane. I remember the names, I don't remember the numbers. You'd think you'd remember the numbers, not the names. Oh no, it's probably easier to remember names, actually. Yeah, I'll take that back. Why is my mouse on the screen? I didn't see what the second sector time was. I was a bit distracted, but it's flat out through here. Is it flat out through here? It is, but he's gone off the track and he's invalidated. So he will not put in a lap. It's right at the end. He's invalidated his lap time. Jamie Dodger is on an out lap, so he will not do anything. So is Edwin's. Bobby Lyons has gone purple in the second sector. He is on the intermediate tyres and he's looking a bit laggy. And he looks much quicker going up here on the inters. Does go full throttle through there and he does not go off the track. In fact, he's nowhere near going off the track. He looks so much quicker on these intermediate tyres. Will the lap time show that he is quicker? It will be sub 2 minute. It's a 1:58.4, so a very long lap time. Joaz is also on the inters. He looks to go very deep through the final corner. Wojtek is 5.5 seconds down. Joaz is 4.3 seconds down, and I guess that's what you get with such a long track. You also get a huge difference in lap time. Here is Tatos. If there's someone to be close or even ahead of Bobby Lyons, it is this man here. Purple apparently through the second sector. I never believe the game. It always says everyone is purple through the second sector. Tatos keeps it within the track. Or Xanatatos. Tatos, Xanatatos, do I shorten the name? I don't know. Bus stop chicane. There's one. There's two. Using all of the curb he can on the exit. Keeps it straight up to the line, and it's 1.5 seconds down. Only just within the 2 minute mark, which is really interesting. Bobby must have had an absolute stormer of a lap. Here comes Jamie, using all the battery he can up until here. Through the bus stop. There's one, there's two, and he'll keep his car straight all the way up to the line, using all the battery he's got left. 1:59.0. 6 seconds within Bobby. What can Edwin do? He still has his lap time. Up to the line, it's going to be an over 2 minute lap time, 3.3 seconds down. The spread in the field is huge. Some people coming through to into the pit lane. Joaz was going again. That's the thing on these inters, you might find yourself going on a couple of runs. So Joaz looks like maybe he saved the battery and he's going again. You can't do that on the inters. Nothing to stop you. Track Racer goes quickest to 1:58.2. Bobby Lyons finally knocked off the top. Here is Phantom Fox. Can he go anywhere near? He goes fourth. 1.0 seconds down. Jack, who obviously came out again on the wets, has decided to come back in again. Tatos, like his teammate Joaz, going on another run. What can he say? Well, that was on Gaktex across the line. It wasn't High Rocks. So, got that one wrong. Who is going to cross the line? It is Jammy Dodger, but... Oh, he is coming round. It looks like it might be a competitive lap time, though it's not. Way into the 2-minute mark. As he looks to go again, there's a V-Carb behind him. Rakimaj. How do I say that? Edwin comes into the pit lane. Bobby Lyons. Is he storming another lap? (1:56.9). The gap gets even bigger. 1.3 seconds, but it might be a wet setup. It might not be good in the race when it's dry. That's if it's dry. If it's wet in the race, then he has aced it. Hello, Lucas. I will read your message. Joaz goes second, 9/10 off. I didn't even realise. Jack is out again, this time on inters. He's finally come to the decision that the intermediates are the way forward. Here comes Mag. 1.5 seconds down. Phantom Fox starts the lap, doesn't get anywhere. And Xanatatos, I believe, was on a lap, and he was up by 1.4 seconds, but he has invalidated it. It was only put him about 5th. Obviously, that was only through the first 2 sectors. So there would probably be time to gain in the 3rd, but obviously was not to be. Jamie Dodger is up 1.9 seconds. This is looking good potentially here to go on provisional pole. If he can gain 2/10 in the final 2 corners, or the whole final sector really. But I'm sure there's time to find through here. All the way on. Goes quickest by 3/10 at 1:56.5. The track is speeding up. Not that it can drive. But you'd say the track is improving. That's what I'm trying to say. Track can't really speed up because it's stationary. And Lucas, his messages keep getting censored by YouTube. Censored? Censored. Maybe I won't look at the chat then. There's no point you chatting, there's no point me reading. What is going on? Everyone's coming to the pit lane, really. Tracer isn't. He's going again, and this looks like it could be another good lap time. Shortest way to the line, 1:56.2. Once again finds himself in provisional pole position, and the gap between each driver is insane. 7.7 seconds separates the field. What is the 107% mark, do you reckon? Jamie Dodger. Is it? No, it's Phantom. 4th. 9/10 down, within 1 second. So a few are now becoming within 1 second. I'm going to get rid of the tyre information now. Most people, or everyone, should be on the inters. They are by far the quickest tyre to be on. Anyone going on the lap? Maybe Jack is. He's on the inters. Finally. It's taken him 2 tries, but he's finally mastered how to put on the green sidewall tyres. Oh, a bit sketchy through Lafania. But he gets through okay. And through the second sector, 1:27.4. It's not purple. The track map is lying. Does he keep it flat through here? He does indeed. With ease, it's definitely flat through Blanchiment. As he applies the brake, lifts off the brake. Careful on the throttle. Traction control user. goes 9th. So not too bad. Joaz comes on an outlap. Ghosted Joaz is on an outlap. And Xanatatos, has he come into the pits? He's just driving around on the same tyres. Surely that won't work. Oh, I think they're fresh. Is that current tyre? That just says tyre. Oh, maybe he has. So, one to watch out for then. Jack is ahead of him, although he has finished his lap. So, hopefully, the Alpine should get out of the McLaren's way. And he does so on the exit of turn 7 through turn 8. How does he handle this? Uses a bit of curb on the inside. And is smooth on the exit. Great corner that is as he goes down the hill towards Pouon. Flat out. Never, not in the rain. Doesn't really use any brake. Just a small lift. So, whoa, not you. Jack going a bit wide. Managed to catch that. Through Lafania. What can Xanatatos do? 3.7 seconds is the time he needs to make up if he wants to be anywhere near provisional pole. Through the first 2 sectors, he's gained 3 of those seconds. If he can gain 0.7 through the final sector, he is looking good for the front row. 4 now. Here comes the McLaren. Only a couple corners left to navigate. This isn't really a corner, it's just flat out. How does he handle the bus stop? Brakes as late as he can. Smooth on the entry. Looks good through the mid part of the corner, and it's good on the exit, is it? Bit of wheel spin, straight to the line. It's quickest for the McLaren, the first driver in the 155s. It's a 155.7 for Xanatatos, the closest driver behind him. 4.8 tenths down. So the other drivers have a lot of catching up to do as they all exit the pit lane. So Tatos finishes. I'm sure he will probably go again. Save up the battery. Why not? If you've got enough fuel, I think you have the chance to go for it. Joaz looks to be on the lap, is he? 51, 52 seconds at this point in the lap. I don't think is good. Is it who left? Not my drivers. Okay, they're still in. I think this might be... Yeah, Joe. Is he using... No. Don't even know what I was trying to say. I don't think this is a lap. He's not really pushing, is he? Is he? I don't know. Got a red flashing light. Yeah, no, that's not a push lap. Surely not. Well, it might be. I really don't know. Sector 2 split. Oh, it is a lap. I thought this wasn't a lap, but it is. He's 5 tenths up, I think. So, no, it's not a lap. Oh. What? Just said he was 5 tenths up. Alright, fair enough. The game doesn't want to be on my side today. So Tatos, I believe, will go around again. There are a couple Aston Martins out on track, and I believe Hyrox will be the first driver out of everyone to complete the last round of flying laps. Here comes the Aston Martin into the tight turn 8. A long, long, long right-hander, followed by a quick left-hander, which shows the way down the hill towards the very quick Pouon curve. A bit of grass on the entry. Maybe it will help loosen up the rear, who knows. So, Phantom Fox, Jack and Edwin will not improve their time. So P5 is the highest. Phantom will finish. Again, a bit of grass on entry for the Aston Martin. He's 2.8 seconds up, and it's looking good so far to break the provisional pole time of Xanatatos. So the McLaren up front may need to go again here. I think he is. And he will need to improve if the sector times are being truthful. Wojtek has retired. He's crashed into a wall. No surprise there. But Hyrox, the first two sectors, they looked very good. Where can he put his Aston Martin? It's right to the top. And he's clear by 9/10 of a second. 1:54.8. That is an outstanding lap time. Who can beat it? I'm not sure if anyone will be able to, but only time will tell. On Yak Text, 2 seconds up, but he's got 4.2 seconds to improve throughout the whole lap. He goes P4, but still 1.4 seconds down. Here is Joaz. What can he say? Good improvement through the first two sectors. Where does the McLaren pull his car? On the front row, ahead of what is now Jammy Dodger. 1:54.5. And I believe next will be Zanatatos. He is up by 0.8 of a second. He could be pushing here to be alongside his teammate on the front row. But Bobby is right behind him. McLaren may go 1 and 2 here. The Mercedes may break that instantly. It's 1 and 2 for McLaren. Bobby, I think he went quickest. Goes quickest. It was so temporarily a McLaren 1-2, but it's called provisional for a reason, and that's because anyone could break it. And Bobby, the last one across the line, goes quickest. 1:54.2, 0.2 above Joaz, who starts ahead of his teammate in P3, so it's a good day out for the McLarens. Hopefully, they can convert that on the racetrack during the race. Wouldn't that be great? It's pretty good qualifying. Lap times. Oh, it's sunny. Let's go. Jordan! That's what we like. That means this race won't drag on forever, because if it was a full wet race, this would be here forever. And that is time that I don't have in my life. That makes it sound like I'm going to die next week, which hopefully I'm not. Otherwise, I won't be here for round 6, and that will be devastating. So how will the McLarens play this out? P2 and 3, they just don't crash into each other, I guess. But it's a very strong qualifying for the papayas. I've never actually had a papaya. I've had like a dried papaya in, like, you know, you get those cereal things in a hotel or an Airbnb. But I've never had a fresh papaya, fun fact. So I guess fresh tastes exactly the same as dried, just more juicier. Although dried apricots and fresh apricots taste very different, so I might be wrong. I'm sure they're nice anyway. Aren't they meant to be, like, dangerous? Papayas are, like, dangerous, aren't they? Well, I'm thinking of something else. Might be thinking of pufferfish. I don't know how I'm comparing a pufferfish to a papaya. Is papaya danger? Oh, doesn't matter now. 5 red lights are here. It's foot to the floor. We are underway here at Spa, and it's a good start for Joaz, who is on the outside of Bobby and may take the lead of the race. It seems like he does, as he gets the Bella drive out of turn 1. It's the McLaren in the lead, and Zanatatos is going on the inside of the McLaren. No, he's not. He is staying behind the Mercedes, who is lagging all over the place, going up Eau Rouge and through Radion. What's going on further back? I'm not going to look further back, because Zanatatos is right in front of Bobby. When he go past his teammate, he settles for P2. It's a McLaren 1-2 as things stand. Bobby goes back to third. Tracer is up to 6th place. Mag up into 5th. So some had a good start, some not so much. Mag on the inside of Jammy Dodger. The Williams is up into P4th, and it's Jack who has had a spin there. On the inside of turn 8, he is stuck on the curb. There's a button called reset to track. Use it. You're going to wait for a safety car and then use it. I don't think the safety car's coming, bro. So a great start for the McLarens off the line. They're 1 and 2. What can people behind them do? Because the McLarens look like they have some pace. If they can convert their qualifying into the race, that won't be a bad outing for those two. Bobby, though, will be right behind them. He will not let them escape. Escape, escape. Some sort of cape. So Joaz, quickest, 1:47.6 is the lap time. But it's only lap 1. Lap 2 will be even quicker, I am sure. Wojtek is past Raki Maja. That's even how you say it, I don't even know. And Bobby has fallen back by 9/10 of a second from Zanatatos, and the McLarens here could trade places for the lead. Bit of contact between the two McLarens. McLaren team principal watching this is not enjoying what is going on. But I guess Papaya rules means they can fight, but it's a stressful watch. So that has mean Bobby has gained by sort of 7. Oh no, he's gained by 6 or 7 tenths. I'm not even trying to squeeze that joke in there. That's just a pure fact. It was 0. It was 1. It was 0.3. Now it's 0.4. That equals 0.6 or 0.7. That's just the maths. That's how it works out. But that maths means it isn't too good for the McLarens, as Bobby is burning maybe a bit of battery to try and catch up to the two McLarens. Hopefully they don't do what they did last lap again. Zanatatos looks quicker than Joaz. Maybe it's something Joaz needs to consider. As look at the McLaren there. Maybe he'll get DRS through Rouge and then zoom past his teammate. We will. Oh, hello! Williams on the inside of the Mercedes there. That has mean Bobby has lost a little bit of time. We'll take the popcorn with us and ride on board with the McLaren as we watch the two McLarens. Ride on board with the Mercedes, sorry. I know we're too far back. Hopefully it should be a bit easier for Zanatatos this time around. Joaz settles in behind and will keep P2. So, swap of position for the two McLarens in front. Bobby still P3, and hopefully that means these two Papayas can move forward as a duo. They're not Papayas, they're cars, they're just kind of like Papayas. There are Papayas going 200 miles an hour, that would be crazy. Have you ever seen a fruit go 200 miles an hour? Let me know. Probably some weird scientist has shot a strawberry at 150 miles an hour somewhere. Or a blueberry, that would that's a good idea. Use a blueberry as a weapon. That would hurt, especially the big ones. Zanatatos clear of his teammate. 1.1 seconds is the gap, and that just proves how much quicker he really was. But it does make or put Joaz in a bit of a vulnerable position. So Tatos, he's got a decision to make. Does he try and give his teammate a bit of DRS, or does he play the game for himself? So Zanatatos at 1:45.1. Joaz does have DRS, and it looks like, I don't know if it's purposeful or a mistake, But it looks like Joaz will have DRS, so that could be great team management. I wouldn't be surprised if it is, to be fair. They're both quite good. 5/10 is the gap. Now, both cars having DRS, what can that do? Oh, they both got similar battery levels and they're both burning. It's purely down to the slipstream, which is giving you absolutely nothing. Hyrox is past Arctag for P7. And Ongiak is very close. A reminder, the top 12 finish within the points. Top 5 score points in this race and every race, really, this season. That never really changes. As it's still very close between the front. Xanatatos. I think he's managing that gap really well. It's sustaining about 9/10 of a second. Jack retires in the pit lane. So he has called it a day. Only one finisher will not get any points, which is a bit depressing. Bobby is so close to the back of Joaz here, and Joaz is 1.5 seconds off Xanatatos, and he's definitely sort of made some sort of mistake. Or is it a tactical game? Because you'll just get DRS in a second and surely re-overtake him. So, that is the thing. Tactics regarding the DRS game is crucial. Xanatatos, thankfully, is outside the range of Bobby Lyons' DRS. So, 1.2 seconds separates the leader and P2. Joaz will stay in. Bobby Lyons is DRS. 0.6 of a second though, that seems a bit much in order to gain down this straight. He's going to give it a go though. Right on board with Tratracer. He looks like he's going to make a move on Magnussen. Here comes Joaz on the inside, and yeah, 0.6 was gained by the McLaren, and he repositions himself in P2. And while these are having a scrap, oh, Edwin spun. Has he? No, he's just lost a load of positions. While these two are scrapping, even Tratracer, he's getting involved. This is just allowing the leader to extend his lead more and more. And this is the time where you don't play a team game. You just get the gap for yourself. Because look, there's 5 cars. 4. All waiting to pounce on a potential Joaz mistake. All separated by about 0.2 of a second. It is close. And yeah, does Joaz play any DRS games? I don't know if he did last time around. I don't know if he made a genuine mistake or not. Bobby here. Is he going for a blanchiment? No, he's not. I was going to say, you'd be stupid. You'd be stupid. A pumpkin went 900 kilometers an hour. That's cool. How do you fire a pumpkin that quick? So all of these guys very close. Tratracer closer to Bobby than Bobby is to Joaz. So we could see Joaz lose maybe 3 positions here. Very, very potentially. Tratracer and Bobby both looking to overtake the McLaren. He's in the middle of them both, but he keeps a position. That's great racing from the McLaren, who makes a mistake through to... Bobby on that side, they're like inside of each other. Oh, how does that work? They were banging wheels and they just morphed inside of each other. This is about who gets the Bella Excel out of here. It's Bobby, who gets way past the McLaren, who is now in his rearview mirror. And the McLaren is going to be into 4th now as Tratracer overtakes him. Huge mistake from the McLaren through Pouon. But if he stays close, then hopefully he'll be able to regain it. But it looks like his pace just isn't there. Maybe he can consider himself lucky to still be where he is on the track. At the pace in quali, maybe he had his car more towards a wet setup for the track position. Here's Magnussen on the outside of the bus stop. Will quickly become the inside. 3 seconds. How have you got a 3-second time penalty there? Interesting. So Bobby in P2. Joaz comes into the pits. He's called it a day after 6 laps on the medium tyre. Certainly an interesting call. I think you can probably do quite a lot more laps. Don't know how long the hard goes for. Tatos is in dreamland. 3 seconds up the road from Bobby. I didn't even see that. Track Racers in P2. Fair enough. So the Haas is now in P2, marching down the McLaren. McLaren has to be using some strong race management. All these guys are on the hards. Tatos is on the mediums. That is really interesting. That is so interesting. Most people started on the medium, to be fair. Which makes me think that was the better strategy. 5 started on hard, which means 9 started on the medium. Come the end of the race, I guess we'll see who wins that battle. Bobby very close to the back of Track Racer. Tatos will be hoping these two fight it out like hell. Tatos has got to be careful with traffic and where he comes out. I wouldn't be surprised if he waits for P5 downwards to pit first. He's got a manageable gap. Here comes Bobby Lance, and he's looking good for an overtake. It's definitely within overtake distance. I think Joaz overtook someone earlier with a 6/10 gap. It was Joaz or Bobby, I believe. And look how quickly the Mercedes is gaining on the Haas. On the inside. Pretty simple. From Bobby, he passes the Haas. And I'm sure next lap, it'll just be the exact same. Edwin gets past Rakimaj. Whoa! Hello. Where are you going? There's no escape. Oh, there is an escape road. Ooh. Didn't know that. He's lost a lot of time, has the V-Carb. 1.5 seconds now to his teammate Wojtek. Hyrox is close to Magnussen. So the Aston Martin may be looking for a move. And when do these medium runners call it a day? On the mediums, of course. I hope they're not going to call it a day just after 8 laps. That would be not very good. When do they come in to the pits for hard tyres? Now is the time for Tatos. Lap 8, he thinks, is an appropriate time. Will he come out in traffic? You hope not. And where would he come out in relation to Joaz? Out comes D. McLaren. He's on to the hard, I assume now, to the end of the race. He said in the McLaren chat earlier, the hards can go on forever. So hopefully that is true. Tatos fighting here with Wojtek and Edwin. This will not be a fight he wants to be involved with. 4.7 seconds clear of his teammate. And the McLaren has got to be so careful of what occurs ahead of him. Wojtek past Edwin. Edwin almost lets the McLaren through. No point fighting that one. You got to pick and choose your fights, but the McLaren here has got to get past Wojtek as soon as he possibly can. He's got to use the tyres in this opening lap so he doesn't lose the time to who is now the new race leader, Track Racer. Tatos still in the net race lead. He's just got to figure out where to make a move. Will it be into Poole? And he's got the drive, but not enough into the Lefania chicane. And surely a move is made through Blanchimont into the bus stop. Was a better exit, had a bit more drive on through the corner though. He's gaining, he is gaining. So close to the back of the pink V-carb. Does he wait till the back straight? Or is he going on the inside? No, he's going to wait for the DRS. Bit of a mistake there from Wojtek. Waiting will cost him time. He knows that. Is he going to look for the inside? He isn't. Edwin Pitts. And can the McLaren make a move? Surely not through Rouge. Look, he's got to lift off. Surely there's so much time lost through just following this V-carb. He's got DRS. Surely he gets past him now. He does indeed. That's a good move from the McLaren eventually. And he's got some time to build. He's got to use this clean air. And he's lost a lap of pace. He's lost a lap of fresh tyres. Look how much time he's already gaining. Off of the V-carb, not necessarily on the leaders. But it's going to be interesting when the others pit in front, what the gap will be, how much time was lost. I mean, Joaz has made the 4.5 seconds gap about 3.5. So maybe it was about a second loss through there, but Joaz has probably had to negotiate through traffic himself and involved in a few battles. I wouldn't be surprised if the fight between Zanatatos and Tratrasic at the end of the race is on. It's about using this clean air though, if you are the McLaren. And for these two, it's how long do you stay out? We're halfway through this race. Lap 11 of 22. And Bobby is still hunting down the Haas in front of him. Bobby's definitely lagging around a bit. Looks like he's hip-hopping everywhere, playing around on my Wi-Fi indeed. As he locks up in turn 8. This is a close fight. I keep an eye on the gap for the lead and focus on this part here. When do the leaders pit? Probably around lap 13, 14 if they're staying consistent with the medium runners from earlier on. Joanne's under a bit of pressure from himself. And look, waiting behind this V-carb is costing so much time. Joanne locks up into the bus stop. And it's almost like this V-carb is trying to hold everyone up. Look at the time Zanatatos has taken out of these guys. Joaz, what are you doing? You're just going to get re-overtaken. Magnussen knows this is such a good time for him to re-overtake this McLaren. Zooming past the V-carb. What can he do down into turn 5? Outside, inside, doesn't have the pace. So catches up to the back of him, but doesn't have the pace to make a move. That surprises me. The gap 1 second between the two leaders now. Their tyres 11 laps old. Phantom Fox, 3-second time penalty, 4 multiple warnings. Oh, no, the gap has closed. 1 second becomes 2/10, and surely there's a change for the lead. As the Mercedes is on the inside of Tratracer. And makes the move into turn 5. Edwin comes into the pit lane. Comes into pit road. Mag does not make a move. So he stays in P6, tucked behind Joaz. He has made a pit stop, though this is battle for really position. Yeah, actual position, I guess. Got a question here. Would you rather be a poor peasant during Hollow Moda, Ozma during the raid, or Lando Norris? Lando Norris, I think, probably. Quite an easy question to answer, I think. Millionaire going about your life driving Formula 1 cars. Doesn't sound too bad. So these two still very close. Magnussen not making a move. And when do these guys pit? Do these guys pit? Well, they would. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to continue the race. Wojtek finally comes into the pit lane, which means he will no longer hold anyone up. Tratracer into the lead of the race. Can Magnussen make a move on Joaz? Through Rouge we go. The gap is 3/10, 2/10. He's not even got DRS. And look how much the Williams is gaining on the McLaren. Through no corner particularly. It's just a slight bend. It's on the outside. Is the Williams. Does he make a move? Into 5. He locks up and he's not there for 6. So he will have to stay behind Joaz and settle for 6th place. As Ongiat Text overtakes Phantom Fox. This lap. Yeah, but I'm Lando Norris. I know. That's why I chose to be him. Tratracer does come into the pit lane. Bobby Lines follows. Oh! 10-second time penalty. Speeding in the pit lane. That isn't good. And that is a slam dunk. There's no arguing that one. So everyone will have a 10-second advantage over those guys. Zanatatos clears these people in the pits and takes the race lead. Joaz, though, will not. be ahead of these guys. He might overtake Jammy Dodger, actually. It's going to be close on the exit. Will he overtake the Red Bull? He will have warmer tyres. He's got such a speed advantage coming out of the first corner. Look at this. DRS, surely for the McLaren, it's going to be the outside. It's not going to be outside because he's not even using a corner. But does the Williams make a move? No, he's not. He's almost stuck in that position. That was the worst option. I don't really think it is. Think about it. You're a millionaire. You might have a bit of hate, but it doesn't really affect you, does it? Oh, hello! Phantom Fox and On-Gactex fighting. And, oh, hello! Is there a bit of beef going on here? That looks a little bit cheeky from the Haas, if you ask me. Doesn't matter, though. The main point is On-Gactex is up into P9, and Phantom is down to 10th. Look how close these guys are. What is going on? So here's Jammy Dodger. 3 seconds within, 3/10, sorry, within Joaz. Can he make a move? What can he say? Here comes the Red Bull. Wojtek with the quickest lap of the race. Here comes Jammy Dodger on Joaz. It's going to be the outside. And, oh, there's contact. Joaz just about keeps it in a straight line. Jammy Dodger gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting the corner, and Joaz falls down into 6th place. Re-overtakes, though, the Williams, who falls back behind the McLaren. Was that cheeky by Joaz? Was that cheeky by Jammy Dodger? Who knows? I guess that will be one for the stewards after the race, if that is going to be reported. Xanatatos is under a bit of heat here. But he's got to remember that Tracer has a 10-second time penalty. So what's wrong with being British? Tracer 1:44.1 is the quickest lap of the race so far. Xanatatos has 5 laps to survive. If he wants to take the race win, Tracer, that 10-second penalty will definitely not get removed. So he can be a bit relaxed, I guess, on this one. Don't lose time and almost let the Haas through is what I would do. Your main focus is Bobby Lyons. Joaz is now down to 10th, who pits again. The McLaren, who started P2, is down in 12th place. 11th place, 12th place. So far, it's only 1 point from the McLaren, and he's absolutely fallen apart in this race, and it's down to Xanatatos. What can he do? Tracer's absolutely flying. The McLaren needs to have a bit of a speed up here. He's got to get a move on, especially with Bobby hunting him down. I think Xanatatos wish maybe this race was a 20-lap race, not 22. I think it would be better as a 20-lap race. It just seems a bit more nice. But he's got to use all of his tyres. He said the tyres of the hards last forever. Prove it. Show me they last forever. and show me they can have the pace forever, because I need some convincing. Trash Acer got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. 10 seconds, that is your default. Bobby Lyons is so close. Well, not really so close, but 1.3 seconds. That gap is closing so much. And I don't think you want to be the McLaren in this scenario, because Bobby is hunting you down like... I can't think of a simile to compare it to, but still, the gap is going down. Can we see last lap times? Is that from... Da 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 da. No, only the fastest lap, which isn't too helpful. Phantom Fox is passed on gap text. 1.2 is the gap. Now out in front. Well, it's not really out in front. Tracer's out in front. But he has that 10-second time penalty. And Bobby is within 1 second of the McLaren. And this is where the heart beats. Like your beat rate. What's it called? Beat rate. Heartbeat. Beat rate doesn't sound right. Beat rate. How have I forgotten the name of your heartbeat? Heartbeat! Your heartbeat is going up. Your beats per minute, that's what I'm trying to say, is going up. How can I not remember beats per minute? So 0.8 is the gap between these two. 0.9, so it may not pose a threat this lap for Zanatatos, but the DRS, there's the beep, is activated for the Mercedes. Lucky Maj, I really hope that's how you say it, has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. The second now is about a gap. The gap is about a second. The second is a gap. What am I on about? As things stand as well, McLaren will overtake Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship to go P1. As it stands, Bobby Lyons will still be leading Zanatatos in the Drivers' Championship, but he can extend that gap if he wants to by overtaking the McLaren. Can he though? That is the question. At the end of this lap, you've got 3 laps left and the gap is 0.7. What is battery looking like? Ooh, Phantom Fox has retired. Has he crashed? I think he has. On the exit there. Oh, there is a safety car. Oh! Tracer pits. This is make or break. In comes the McLaren. So does Bobby Lyons. So it looks like everyone is coming into the pit lane. Probably, I assume, for soft tyres, and that might have helped the McLaren there of Zanatatos. These pit stops have got to be perfect between the McLaren and the Mercedes. And... oh, that was so close. Zanatatos keeps it in the lead, and Tracer will serve his 10-second time penalty. Oh, this is going to be close. This is going to be good. Don't go anywhere, because this will be quite the finish to a race. Tracer's 10-second penalty has been removed. And he is right in the fight now. Zanatatos, what tyres are they on? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's either genius or it's just simply not. I don't... Oh, no. Mediums? 3 laps to go, mediums. To defend a race lead, everyone behind you is on softs. And this McLaren has chosen to select the medium tyres. Speechless. Doesn't know what to say. I feel like crying. Lap 20 of 21. How many laps left? The graphic is blocking it, is it? Oh, it is. Shoot. We're on lap 20 out of 22. We'll cross the line. It could be... Oh, it's going to be 2-lap shootout. It is going to be a 2-lap shootout for the win. We will cross the line on lap 21 of 22. Or to start lap 21, sorry. So there'll be 2 laps of racing to the end, and this is going to be really, really, really interesting. The green flag is approaching. Who does what? Can Zanatatos keep his McLaren in the race lead? He goes as he enters the bus stop chicane. Lap 21, DRS will not be enabled, and the McLaren is right under pressure from the Mercedes right off the line into turn 1. The McLaren is on the inside. Bobby is on the outside. He's got extra grip on the softs, and is he using it? I think he is. He'll have the inside for Eau Rouge. Oh, a bit of contact. He's still keeping his nose in there, and Tracer is right beside the Mercedes. We might be going 3 wide down the straight. Zanatatos blocks off Bobby. Perfectly clean racing it. Whoa! What is going on? Tracer absolutely sends it. Bobby on the inside of Zanatatos, who goes down into 5th. Outside of turn 8, the McLaren finds himself in 6th place, and he loses 6 positions in 4 corners. That is absolutely crazy. It was a huge dive from Tracer around the outside of turn 4. But look, they're all paying a congestion charge here as they all tumble into the Lafania chicane. Will they keep it clean? Jammy on the outside of Bobby. They do keep it clean there, and it's going to be so close. 2 by 2 by 2. Going into the bottom part of the track. 10ths separate 1st all the way down to 7th. As look at this. They are all so close. Going up into the bus stop. No one will want to be in the race lead because they will not be the one with the DRS going on to the final lap of the race. And the final lap of the race is started now. DRS is enabled as we enter the first corner of the track. The McLaren of Zanatatos. Oh, gets spun by the Aston Martin behind. His race has really fallen apart. Hyrox has spun round the McLaren. As we go up through Rouge, the battle for the lead is not over. Jammy Dodger will have a time penalty to serve at the end of this race, so even if he stays in first, he will not be keeping it. As Bobby goes right into the back of Tracer. He's lost a bit of his front wing. So Jammy in the lead. Can he extend his gap by 3 seconds? That's the gap he's got at the moment. Bobby in the inside of turn 8. Tracer on the outside for the inside of 9. And the Haas gets that move done. Well, he had no move to do. He was defending the position. Bobby on the outside of Pouon. There's contact between the two. The Haas still ahead. Here comes the Williams now on the outside. Oh! Huge contact. Bobby and Tracer absolutely dueling out. And Bobby's down to 7th. Tracer down to 5th. Down to 8th is the Mercedes. And Magnussen has found himself up into P2 Arctag P3. He'll lose that as well. Hyrox will take it due to a penalty. Crazy end to a crazy race. Here comes Jammy Dodger. Will he extend his gap far enough? I don't think he will. He hasn't been in the race for the race for the lead ever since the start of the race, but he takes P1. Magnussen will take it on the final part of the track based on grid penalties. Jammy Dodger P2, Hyrox P3, on Gactex 4th. It's 3 and 4 for Aston Martin. P5 for Bobby Lyons. Arctag finishes 6th in the end. Wojtek 7th, Joaz 8th. Wow. Well, there are your accolades. That's this. You'll definitely want all this. Whoa. A lot to talk about there. I'm not going to talk about it though. Crazy. Next week it's Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. That's going to be even worse. Well, I guess we will look forward to that or not. See you then. Au revoir.